Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. So now if you look at this, here we are going to talk about three kind of storage. One is a block, one is object, one is file storage. What is this? So basically block storage which can be accessible, you know, in your system. For example, whatever you see, C drive, D drive, OPT, all this stuff, it's a block storage. The storage which is attached to your motherboard. Okay, that is simple way block storage. Now, file storage is a kind of block storage only, but accessible through network. So here you can mount is attached to. I'm putting in a simple way, not technical specification. So attached to motherboard. Now, file storage attached uh, through using network, and object storage typically you will see through HTTP. That's a object storage. Example for this for block storage is C drive, D drive, something like that. File and network storage, which is like storage which can be accessible over the IP address networking. Okay, that means some other machines also you can consume it. Object storage like a Google Drive. Okay, this is something, these are the types of storage which we have. Everywhere we use the same kind of storage. Now, you know what we should do? You should see block storage versus object storage versus file storage. File means network. And you should see the difference how it is being stored. Uh, so little bit of multiple differences can be there, but I think this image seems to be good actually. Now, I think this one is good. Yeah. So here, if you see that, uh, these are the types of storage. Typically, we use it for our infrastructure. And whatever I'm teaching you is for the all cloud platform. So block storage, how it's been transport, how it has been interface, and what is the use cases. So transport method FC or ISCSI interface direct attached to your motherboard or SAN devices, and it has a very low latency, best for structural data. That means your files and stuff like that, you have it. This is accessible through the TCP means network. You need to have a client to access it. Client means NFS client. I'll show you the demo. And it's for good performance, file sharing, global file locking, and all kind of things you have it. Object storage you are using day and night, like a Google Drive. Git is object storage, okay? So object storage also accessible through network, but through HTTP and REST API also. And this is for easy scaling with no limits, accessible across LAN and WAN. So these are the three storage. No matter which cloud you go for it, you have to use it. In simple way, if I say block storage is your C drive or D drive, file storage is something which you have a one storage on the different machine, but accessing through the network. And object storage is the one which is Google Drive or something like that. Understood, all of you? Understood, all of you?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
In
now
the
the
block
first,
storage, there are few things FC and can, if possible, then otherwise I understand the concept.
right now you don't need to get into that. In fact, to be honest, even I have very limited knowledge on ISCSI, but these are the something like a protocol. For example, there is one one hard disk, and in this we have a block. Okay, and how this is being stored and serve the request, that is the technology which we call it ISCSI. So
Okay, okay.
that depth you don't have to get into that until you are a very getting into the domain. We call it a storage engineer or something like that. Got it? Okay, so now the question is how can we use that all this thing? So block storage here in AWS we call it EBS. Okay, EBS. And here we call it file storage, we call it EFS, elastic file storage, elastic block storage. And this one we call it S3. S3 means simple secure storage. These are the three name you call it. So let me show you the demo directly. So go to here, AWS. Now I will ask you one question and you have to tell me answer for it. So this is the one region, and this region is divided into two availability zone. And here you have one machine, here you have one machine, one machine. So block storage should be, let's say I want to attach one block storage to this machine. So block storage should be here or here. Tell me where it should be there for a machine. A machine.
On the A block.
Yeah. So because it should be here, so then only it will become block storage. If it is here, it will become a what? It will become what?
NFS. Network
NFS, file
storage.
storage. Yeah, good. Because it's connected through the network. Okay. So here network. Two availability zone, they connect to the LAN. Mind it. So yes. So what I will do, I'll create a block storage. Here it is, volumes. Volume is equal to block storage. So I have so many volumes. Okay, so I'll create one more. And this I forgot that which availability zone my instance got created. So I need to check that first. So let's go to Linux one. So and here if I see in the networking, it's in C this time. C. So I'll go to volume here, general purpose. Only 10 GB is sufficient for the demo, and this should be C. Okay, and add name, and it should be Linux Sunday. Name it and create it. So 10 GB, you got it. Now you start paying for 10 GB, whether you are using or not using, that's not a problem. Okay, so 10 GB, you got it. So now what to do? So second steps which I'll do, I will go to instance here. Here also you can do that, by the way. So this is the one, it's Linux Sunday, and you click on this and click on the action, and you say attach volume. You're attaching to the instance which you created, Linux. Where is that? Here it is, third one. Here it will get attached. Attach it. So now when you attach it, you will see something here. So let me improve this. And done. So here what you have, I want to see that. So what I will do, I'll just type AWS EBS DevOps school. All this here you have. Now you see how to attach this tutorial here. So first step, did you create a volume? Yes. Did you attach a volume to EC2 instance? Yes. Now, how do we verify whether it's attached or not? So this is Linux command. In Windows command, anyone have a guesses? How do we know that? I forgot that. How do we know that in Windows? All of you?
Disk part, right?
Disk manager, no? You might have used
Disk
it
part.
actually, all this in colleges. Disk
Yes,
manager.
yes, yes. Disk
Yeah,
management.
here this. Yeah. Create and format hard disk. So when you attach a new hard drive, here it will be displayed. After that, you have to mount, format it and mount it in a E drive or F drive or something like that. Correct now? So these are the things you might have done in a college or something like that. Okay, so let it come. My system is slow. It's still coming up. in Windows. Linux, let's run this command and get it done. Enter, and you see here 10 GB somewhere here. This is the one. So it's attached actually. So how do we format it? So before formatting it, check that if it is empty or not. This is just for knowledge purpose. I know it's empty only. Just now I created. So when they will get a data, that means it's empty. So here it is written. After that, you are going to make file system formatting. The protocol which you are using in Linux is ext4 and xfx. But in Windows, which one you are using? Which algorithm? Which driver for formatting? Anyone have idea? In Windows earlier we were using FAT32. Nowadays we are using which one? NT
FS.
NTFS. Yes, wonderful. So in Windows we use that one. So let me see if it is has come. See here. So I have only one disk. I've divided into one C drive, I guess. Yeah, C drive. So you can attach here. You will see 0. So you can right click and then format and all stuff like that. Okay, so now I'll do that Linux. I'm using ext4, which is good for Ubuntu, and enter. Now this formatting is done. It was empty only, so it took no time. After that, I'm creating one directory in the root location, and after that this command will check that and all this stuff. And finally where is a command for mounting? Do you see? Mount, here it is. So this command will mount it. So this command will mount the your storage to these locations. And after that mounting, you can use df-kh to see the mount. And here this is the one. That means anything we stored in the new volume slash new volume, that will be stored in that volume which we created, approx 10 GB, out of which reclaimable is 9.3 GB. So this is how you create a volumes, attach to it, format it, mount it, and use it. So that way the VM is gone, but this will not be deleted. Mind it. What is the use of it? VM is gone, but this is not deleted. Got it, all of you? All of you? Hello, I'm audible, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So now that is the one type of storage which we have. What is the second type of storage? EFS. So guys, EFS is the managed service. Managed service means they'll take care of the backup, security, availability, scalability. Everything is a managed service. I mean EFS. They'll take care of everything. Okay. So now what you are going to do, EVS, they will not take care of a backup. I'll have to take a backup. So how do you create a backup? So you have to create a snapshot. So let's say this is the one, and click on one of the storage you selected, and here you see create a snapshot. Let me see if I have a snapshot or not created. So I have a two snapshot created. No idea. This, see, this is how my cloud cost is increasing. uh, I don't know when I created, but it's like this. So this snapshot is your backup. So now let's go to the EFS. So EFS you will find under the storage here. So many storage you have. So storage EFS. And now if you see that file system, how many I have none. So can I create this one? Mind it, this is a EFS. I'm naming it EFS, default region, a default networking, which I'll talk about networking, and create. So guys, I created one EFS. That means one network file system or file storage or NFS storage, whatever you want to call it, and it's created. Now let's see if it is ready to use. Yes. Now guys, NFS to use, you need to have a network client. Okay. So if I click on here, and then here I click on that attach. So they have a two client. One is saying, hey, do you want to use IP address or DNS? I don't care right now, because DNS also will work. IP address also will work. No changes right now. So DNS, okay, fine for demo. Now they have a two clients. One is client which is written by AWS, and one of the client which is written by community whole world, and they are using NFS client. Remember that in NFS to work, you need to have a server to connect to host machine using client. So you have to install client and all, or this one, it's up to you. Okay, and this is the command for NFS client. This is the command for EFS. Now I'm going for EFS. Why? EFS mount helper. Why? So AWS claim that if you're using AWS EFS, then if you use this software, your performance will be much better compared to this one. Okay, so let's use that. So what to do? So I'll go to AWS EFS DevOps code. Okay, and now here you see working with EFS. So now in this tutorial, you will find the command to install NFS or EFS. So these are the step-by-step tutorial which I'm showing you anyways. So these are the things I don't need to use it right now, but I'll go to the bottom section of this tutorial where you see here, this will install the EFS. See here, this will install in the uh, CentOS, mind it, don't run any command blindly. And this is for mounting, and I'm looking for the command for CentOS. Ubuntu is here. So this command will install the EFS. By the way, you can Google it also and get it, but I have, just to save time, here it is. Now, if you want to install NFS client in Linux, this is the Ubuntu command, you can use it. So right now I'm using this one. So let me run in Windows, Ubuntu, and this one, and clone this repository, and go inside the directory and run this script. Done. And finally install this utility. Guys, EFS installed. Now I'll go back to the AWS. Done. So spend some time here, and then after that, this command I need to run. Okay, copy this. It's a mount command, mind it. Clear the screen. Enter. Now there's where an error. EFS is not there. So let me create a EFS. mkdir EFS. Rerun this command. Done. So that means now anything you store here, h. See here, anything you store here, this is going to EFS. That means somewhere else that storage is managed by AWS. It's highly scalable, and they will take care of everything: backup, storage, security, scalability, availability, and everything. They will take care of it. You just have to pay for it. So you can store as much you want it. Got it, all of you? All of you? Hello? Hello? Did I?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. So now guys, what you need to do, you know what? The good habit is you should keep deleting this one, because you know what, for learning purpose you create and after that you forgot, you keep paying for all this stuff. So end up end of the day, you should not tell me, Rajesh, because of you I have got the credit card statement for X amount number of amount. Because why I'm telling you, because I have lost lots of money because of that from last 10 years, and because I'm lazy, little bit careless also. So because of that I have lost it. So you should not do that. You should use it, destroy, learn, create a documents on the debug school for your notes, and then destroy it. Something like that. Make sense, all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So now next one is S3. So guys, I'll put it in this way. You are using Google Drive every day. What is the size, by the way? for that?
16 means,
15 GB,
15
yes.
to
I
16.
go,
yeah,
I have
15,
a
16
I
GB.
have huh, I have a 50 GB because I have a enterprise one. I'm paying for it per month around 500-600 rupees per month or something like that. So yes, I have that one. But you know what? How many drives you have? You have one drive in Google. But in AWS, you can get unlimited drive. And you know the size of your storage, I mean, how much you can store in the one drive? 16 TB, I guess. We need to check that number, but I think it's a 16 TB. I said TB, not GB. Okay, so now this much of storage you get it, and the beauty of it, you can create as many storage you want. I mean, as many drive you want. But you know what? In AWS, we don't call it a drive. What we call it, we call it a bucket. Okay, so let me create a bucket for you, and then after that I will upload some file just like you do with the Google Drive, and then after that also I will access that file through HTTP. Okay, so that is the idea. So let
Uh,
me go to, yeah, tell me.
uh, like we are creating a virtual machine and we are using the storage block. So is it means we can increase the size by the block in the AWS, right? So like in our machine, we are taking the HTTP like S3. We are taking to increase the size of the hard disk, but here we can increase as much as we want. So is it necessary that we have to create the S3 also, because as we required we can increase the size of our disk? You understand what I mean to say?
Ha,
uh,
good question actually. Very good question. So the question somewhat I just re-question actually. Why should we use EBS? Why we should use EFS? Why we should use this one? What you say? Last one, which is S3. Why? So let me ask you one thing. Very simple thing. In your laptop, you have one storage. Can I use the same storage in other laptop?
no,
Simple. You have answer. That means EBS you cannot share with a multiple VM. So what is the solution for it? Next solution. Storage which you can share with a multiple instance. What is the solution? Tell me.
we can use EFS or S3.
Wonderful. Yes. No, no. EFS. Solution is
EFS.
EFS. Yeah.
EFS.
But you know what? When you want HTTP based, so EFS and EBS is not HTTP based. Mind it. A protocol is still a network, NFS, network file system, right? So when you want HTTP based any storage, then you have to go for S3. So HTTP based means website. You can just like Google Drive. How do you access HTTPS da 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 some URL and some objects like that? But EBS you cannot do that. Other advantages like EBS is very costly, but but high in performance. If EFS is less costly compared to EBS, but lesser performance is compared to EBS because it's a network call, and HTTP is very cheap. But all of three, if you compare the performance wise, this is not good compared to EBS and EFS. So now the huge cases you have to define. Do you want high input? We call it input output per second. IOPS we call it in a storage terminology. You need high IOPS EBS. You need little bit less IOPS, but you want to share the storage in the multiple instance, EFS. But if you want, you don't worry about the IOPS, but you worry about the content which you are storing and should be accessible on the HTTP and all kind of things, then S3. So use cases are different, costs are different, performance are different. Make sense, all of you? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm just thinking the machine is itself in the cloud, and we can increase the size of the EBS as much as we
You're paying
want.
for, no, you can do that.
Yeah,
You can do that, but you're paying
we,
for it, no?
yeah, yeah. So then what's the, then if we connect to HTTP is also okay, or if we increase the size of EBS then it's also okay. So
That again, huge cases. For example, you have
mm,
only one boxes and you say you have
mm,
money. So you can use EBS as much you want. But if you have hundreds of machines and you want to share the resources, share the storage resources, then what to do?
yeah,
You
yeah,
should
yeah,
you
then
you have
HTTP.
option. Yeah.
Yeah,
So again, huge
yeah,
cases, scenarios. And one more thing, whenever you think of it, don't start thinking, hey, I am going to use it. Think about it, I'm going to run my applications on that, and that is a data, and that's your enterprise applications. You don't need a one machine, you need hundreds of machines. And cost is important, performance is important, security is important, mode is important, the communication protocol is important. Everything is, you have to plan and architect. Make sense? Okay, so that is the stuff. Now what to do? So yes, let me go and create a bucket. So I deleted, right? Yeah. So I'll go and create bucket, and you see that you can look at the bucket here, and you see, so 47 buckets. You see that how I'm lazy. I mean, I have not been able to clean up all this thing bucket, though some of this bucket must be charging lots of money. Some files will be there and unnecessarily. Okay, anyway, so these are the buckets. I'm going to create one more bucket. This bucket name should be globally unique because HTTP, remember, two HTTP cannot be same. So I'll write it something DevOps school and then add some numbers or something like that. So it'll become a globally unique. Regions, you have any regions, whichever you want, one is okay. And these are all, I'm not changing anything, and then create a bucket. So now guys, this is a bucket which I created just now, I guess. No, no, no. I think this one. Mm, is this one? Yeah, I think this is the one. So what to do? What you do with the Google Drive? Same thing. Don't complicate your mind with the things. It's just a AWS platform changes. Everything is same. So upload your file, add files. I'm going to upload some images. So what is this? I don't know. So do you have any image on my desktop? Yep. So here I'm uploading and upload. So here you can upload files and folder and hell lot of it. Okay. You know, one more thing, your LMS build, LMS videos are being offered through S3 only. I don't know how many of you have noticed that. Whatever the LMS videos you consume, it's hosted at S3 only. Okay, so now this is the closed things. Now where is my object? This is the object, we call it. This is the bucket, we have object. And this object, what is the URL? So this is the URL, and I'll open up in the, see. So I'm trying to open this URL. This is the object URL. This is the bucket name, whatever I kept it. This is the domain, and this is the name of the object. It's not there. Access denies. What to do? Play with the permissions. So first thing, I'll go with the permissions. There's an object level permission. There is a bucket level permissions. Here, bucket level permissions. Both you have to check it out. So I'll play with the first, start with the object level. So click on this. Click on this, and I will read it. And it says, hey, there's a problem. You cannot edit it. Why? Because it says something at the bucket level. You applied it. Click on it. I'll click here. Now I know that I'm not reading, but you have to read it each and everything, and then acknowledge these issues. That means I'm giving the wide permission, not always good for having. Security is list here. So you have to enable it if you want it, and edit this one, and block all public access, unblock it. What's practice, but I'm teaching you. Why? Because just want to access that object from outside, and confirm. Done. So now bucket level changes, I did it. Object level changes, now I have to do that. So permission, see here, edit is enabled now, and whatever access you want to give it, you have to give it here. Different people and stuff. I understand the risk. Save changes. Now refresh. Done. So this is the way you can create bucket, and after that you can consume hell lot of files, images, https, html, css, movies file. Any static content is good for this, you should use it. And then list cost, and good for website experience and all, good for it. And then go on. Now I will delete it. Though it's not costing too much, was only one file, it will not cost you. But if you're storing too much file over the period of time, then it will cost you. So I'm teaching you how to delete. So you have to delete every objects of the bucket before you deleting the bucket. So now I deleted the object, and then I can delete it. Once you delete it, you permanently lost this everything. So make sure that you should do little bit with care. All of you understood now? How to use the bucket here? All of you? Any questions so far, all of you?
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.